How to take great photos on your mobile.
Welcome to Videojug. I'm Stuart Headlam and I love taking pictures on my mobile phone. Nice! But while technology continues to advance, camera phones still aren't quite as point and shoot as standard digital cameras. So I'm here to give you a few tips that will hopefully improve your mobile photography.
Image size and quality.
Now, every handset is different, but there's a few things you should look for on any phone. For a start, see if it's got a menu that controls the size of the picture that your camera takes. If possible, set it for maximum. And if you haven't got a clear maximum setting, just remember that the more megapixels are in a picture, the larger it is. The minimum you'll come across is 0.3 megapixels, or VGA. It then goes up to 0.5 megapixels, which is SVGA. You've then got 1.3 megapixels, 3.1 megapixels, 5.2, and so on and so forth. Now, these bigger images are going to take up more space on your phone, but you will get better quality pictures as a result. And more on the subject of quality, if you've got a menu that controls image quality on your phone, set that for maximum as well.
Common settings.
Before you start taking pictures with your phone, see if it's got any settings for indoor or outdoor lighting conditions or low light. Play around with those settings to see how they feel, but don't forget you're not limited to using those settings in the situations they were designed for. For example, try using a low light setting in a normally lit environment and seeing how it looks. The key here is to be creative.
White balance.
More advanced camera phones might have settings for exposure and white balance. White balance lets you adjust for the different colours or temperatures of ambient light. For example, daylight actually looks quite blue, while indoors light can look yellow, orange or even green. Colour balancing allows you to get more accurate, natural-looking colours depending on the lighting conditions.
Exposure and ISO.
Exposure on a camera phone basically affects how much light is let into the picture, and ISO settings will do the same thing if you have those. The higher the ISO, the less light a camera needs to make an image. So if you're trying to take a photo in low light conditions, set your exposure for as long as possible and your ISO setting to as high as possible in order to get the best results. The important thing to remember with any camera phone is to play around with all the settings as much as possible before you start taking pictures. Therefore, you'll know very quickly what settings are best to use in what circumstances.
Taking the picture.
When you're taking your picture, try and hold your phone as still as possible and keep it in this position for a few seconds after the click, as some phones will actually take this long to take the actual picture, even though they've made the noise. Think about framing and composition. Although basic photography rules still apply, like not shooting your subject in front of a bright light, you can play around with getting closer to your subject than usual, or by holding the camera at an angle. Although traditional, say, cheese-style portraiture may be the norm, I think you get better results from trying to shoot the action as it happens around you. Now, this may mean that you have to be practically sneaky with your camera work, but the results are normally worth it. The key to taking a good picture is actually to take several. If a professional photographer is commissioned to shoot a magazine cover, he doesn't take one picture, he takes several and then picks the best. Since digital photography allows us to take as many pictures as will fit on our memory card, I suggest you take this approach as well. Even if you've taken a shot that you're happy with, try taking a few more from different angles or with different settings. You might end up with a picture that's better than you expected. Equally, taking many pictures can help build the confidence of people who are traditionally camera shy. If you arrange beforehand that you're going to take several pictures and let them pick the best, you'll both end up with a picture that you're happy with, and who knows, they might even let you take some more photos in the future.
Printing and editing.
Once you've got some shots you're happy with, you're going to have to get those pictures off your phone. Many places that print photos now offer a mobile phone digital printing service, and while that's an option, it's worth bearing in mind that you'll have to have taken your pictures with a 2 or maybe 3 megapixel camera phone to get proper prints. Personally, I like to put my pictures through a computer to clean them up. Your camera phone should have come with software that will let your computer talk to your phone, and if you want to know more about connecting your phone to other devices, have a look for the video elsewhere on Videojug. Once your pictures are on your computer, Mac users can drag them into iPhoto, where they can adjust the images or delete any you don't like. Windows Vista users can do the same with Vista's built-in photo gallery. If you don't have any software on your computer that can do this sort of thing, you can upload your images to improveimages.com, where they'll be automatically adjusted. The results can be a bit random and you can only do one photo at a time, but it is a reasonable alternative if you don't have any photo editing software.
Tools.
A great tool to download is Neatimage, which you can find at www.neatimage.com. It's a great tool because the biggest problem you get with mobile phone pictures is that they can be very grainy or noisy, especially if they were taken in low light. Neatimage cleans up most of this noise, which is something even the mighty Photoshop struggles to do. The resulting images can look a little bit blurred as a result of the cleaning process, but at the end of the day, it's up to you whether you prefer the grainy or the blurry image. An alternative is to use iPhoto or Photo Gallery to make your photograph black and white. Not only does this hide most of the noise, but it also gives your shot a little bit of extra character. Happy snapping, campers!